Hi everyone, my name is Lena Garcia and I am the managing editor of Locavore Lit LA. I'm also an English teacher living and working in Oakland, California. I teach ninth and 10th grade at Oakland International High School, which is part of the Internationals Network. We're a school serving newcomer students or recently arrived immigrant youth. I want to talk a little bit about Locavore Lit LA. We're a literary journal and curriculum resource designed to serve students and teachers and administrators working in the Los Angeles area. What we do is we bring authors and artists who are from LA, who are living and working in LA, we bring them into the classroom where they can connect with students and hopefully get students excited about reading and writing and making art. And we believe that oftentimes students do not see themselves reflected in the curriculum, in the textbooks, or the stories, or the novels that they are assigned to read in their English classes. And so we are hoping to connect students with real, authentic work from diverse artists and authors in LA. And we're hoping to encourage students to create their own art and their own writing and to tell their own stories. We're very excited to be a part of LitFest Pasadena, and I want to thank everyone for having us and for being here today. Thank you.
In the forest, there's a clearing where a modest building resides. The building faces the forest, but behind it hides a beautiful lake. From behind the building, the sound of laughter could be heard. Children running freely in the grassy fields, others playing with the flowers, but they all laughed together. Coming out of the building was a tan-skinned woman with unruly hair that was a finger's width from touching her shoulders. She smiled at the sight in front of her, children running, playing, and laughing together. Children, it's time to come back inside. A special guest has come to talk with all of you. All the kids turned their heads to her and listened as they ran to their class.
It's quiet because all I hear is cicadas and the occasional police siren. Outside, our gates are dirty and dangerous, yet I feel safer here than anywhere else. The smell of potatoes and meat, followed by the sweet voice of my grandma. It's a sound so soft it makes you want to cry.
I slumped down onto the floor. I was hoping to feel better after my accomplishment. All I felt was the overwhelming feeling I knew oh so well before. The numbness seeping into me, a life for a life. Revenge was supposed to feel amazing, though it felt nothing like the sort. The blood on my hands made me know better than him. Burying his cold, lifeless body was familiar and reminiscent of the time I spent burying my clan's bodies. Victory was supposed to feel sweet, so why do I feel worse than I did before? I realized spending my teen years seeking the blood of the ones who wronged me did nothing to soothe my weeping soul.
There's this little store on a corner. It isn't big. Its yellow paint is already chipping. The floors aren't a clear color. The lights are a bright, nauseating white, and the place is worn down from age. Its scent is of meat that you could smell, only slightly, but the rest of it has this empty scent that I can never identify. The taste of the products aren't anything special because they can be bought anywhere, but that place is irreplaceable. A little market that can be replaced by most is one of the most alive places that I've ever been to. Not because of the noise from the customers, but the slight shuffles, the crackling of plastic, and the beeping of the cashiers, making it feel like an alive place without noise. The feel of it is like a jewel in a quarry of rocks, because everything there feels like it has a trace of nostalgia to it, or a strange wonder that begs to be discovered.
The water lapped softly against the shoreline, gentle whooshing accompanying the distinct scent of the sea. The sand was warm and soft, and if it didn't sneak and hide in the small crevices of their clothing, they'd be tempted to lie down. Instead, they opted for seating on one of many large rocks, smooth and cold against their palms.
the premise of Crew is it was based on a painting by a guy named Marcel Zama, and it's a skeleton and a devil rowing a family across a river, and then the assignment was to write something from it. So this is a little piece of the middle from the devil's point of view, talking about his friend, the skeleton. She's a good person, old Skelly. That time when while rowing I had a panic attack and thinking about my past and my inability to hold on to things. A job, a woman, a friend from the olden days, even my siblings who I have not heard from in years. We all grew up in the same one-room cabin, and sometimes that will drive you away from each other for the rest of your lives. I was crying to myself about it all as we were rowing to pick up another family and take them through their family crisis. And Skelly said, "You're a shepherd in your job. You have me as a friend. You will find a companion one of these days, and your cabin has 3 rooms now and only 1 person in them." And she looked at me hard from those big, deep eye sockets. "Stop being such an idiot, devil," she said. And it relaxed me inside what she said. I even wrote a little faster than usual. It's not often that a devil is called a shepherd. And then the day they gave us the uniforms, that was funny. We'd been proper naked, and because usually a devil doesn't wear much of clothing. And I do like to have all my business out there in the open, to tell you the honest truth. I like to check on my business when I can, just to make sure it's there. And Skelly could care less. She's just bones, and then bones. But they sent us a package. We've never actually seen the employers because they sent us stuff from way over in Texas. But it was a package with first class stamped all over it. And in it were these 2 very good fitting blue-gray uniforms with collars. Smart, aren't they? I personally do not enjoy the wearing of clothes, but Skelly looked so sharp, and I wasn't about to be the bum of the duo, the one who couldn't summon up the wherewithal to put on clothing like some professional rower should. And I think it does look good on me and interacts with my tone and cheekbones. And it did change how the families viewed us, like the officiality of it all became clearer. The families, of course, wear no clothes. They need to be birthed like babes on the other side. It's in the contract. But Skelly liked the uniform so much, she wrote a letter to the employer saying hers had fallen into the river fire by accident and she needed a replacement, and she got one, which she used to wear on the weekends. I was surprised she had lied, being that she is usually highly truthful. But she also has a mind for herself that way, in a good way, and knew that having 2 uniforms would improve her quality of life and therefore also improve her performance in the boat. Me, on weekends, I am naked as I like, and I go to the devil bars and I try to improve my scooping up skills. I like the devil ladies a lot, so I think I come on too strong. I like the devil men too. I like them all. I'm working on restraint. That is Skelly's lesson for a devil like me. Restraint. That's what a down-to-business skeleton can teach a devil man. I am helpful to her in terms of desires. She's a little vague on those, a little lackluster. But for me, she's always telling me to hold on to my horses, and I listen the best I can instead of always jumping and jumping. I am trying, Skelly. We were paired up together for a reason. So restraint and hunger, rowing a boat together, that's us. I said at the top that it was boring, but that's not really true. If anything in my life has made sense to me, it's this. On certain days when the people are scarcer than usual, Skelly and I have a trick that we do. I can get liquidy, especially if I throw myself into the fire. I can get all liquidy, like fire itself, just with the body shape. It's a special devil skill. All devils have it. Anyway, once I did that, threw myself into the fire for a little swim, and in my liquid form, I crawled back on the boat and climbed inside Skelly's bones. We rowed amazing that day. It was an amazing day. I would do it more often, except the employer has designated that the boat needs 2 for liability reasons. But it was incredible. I felt like there was some kind of house around me holding me. It was like love, I guess. And Skelly refers to it too in her understated way. She tells me to do it again, but just not too often. She's worried her bones will fry, even though I try to explain to her that that is ridiculous, that the laws of physics do not apply in this landscape, that it's love happening here in this river of fire, crazy canoe. The families are a side dish. They go off to do their thing, families upon families, birthed like babes upon the shore. But we will row this back and forth for a long, long time.